Hello. Hi everyone. Okay, just a sound check. All right, how you guys doing? Okay, let me. Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me clearly so far? Anyway, shall we just wait for 1 to 2 minutes for everyone to tune in and I will start the session. All right. Okay, so we are waiting for everyone to tune in. Let me look at the chat. Okay, so basically today you already see on the screen we're going to talk about support, resistance versus demand and supply in forex trading. Okay, so I'm looking at the chart right now for gold, right? If yesterday, okay, like yesterday on Monday, if you identify the supply in H4, you're going to sell at the zone. Okay, I will show you guys later. Hey, good day to you too. Good day to everyone as well. Jamiru, right? How you guys doing? Okay, so don't want to keep you guys waiting. Shall we start? Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to IC Market webinar. And so today's topic is also about support, resistance versus demand and supply in forex market. Okay. And before I start the webinar, disclaimer first. Alright. Everything in this video is educational in nature. Okay, nothing should be considered as investment recommendation. Alright, if you want to trade, just do your own due diligence. Alright, and risk warning: trading forex and CFD carries significant risk to your capital and is may not suitable for all investor. Okay, give me a second. Okay, about myself, my name is Peggy. I'm an investment analyst and a prop trader as well. So basically every Tuesday you're gonna see me for educational session, and every Monday you're going to meet Crescenda for live stream section. So please come and join us. Alright, and again, if you don't have time, maybe you can just go and rewatch. Alright, okay. So the agenda for today, so basically we're going to cover what are supply and resistance, what are supply and demand, and key differences and relationship between the concept. Okay, so what are support and resistance? We already heard about this before, right? So basically the support is the price level where the trader are willing to buy, causing the price to stop falling, right? They are at a fall for the price. So we buy at the support, we sell the resistance. We always heard that before, right? This is support, this is the resistance. Okay, and for the resistance level is the price where the selling interest is very strong, causing the price to stop rising. They are acting as a selling for the price. So this is resistance, then this is support. But okay, you can look for, okay, price bounces up from the level multiple times. So basically, if for the support, okay, let me just hello, Kun Poom, nice to see you here. Okay, so basically, let me just bring you guys to the chart over here. Okay, I'll remove this one first. Okay, I will come back to you guys later. So basically, let's just look at the H4 chart. So basically, just now I was mentioned the support, they are acting at the floor, right? Prevent the price is going down. So basically, you need to look for the price where you see like a lot of the wick, okay, or like the candle resting around the area. So basically, you could identify, okay, this one you may identify your support level. This one also you identify your support level. This one you also can identify your support level, right? Okay, like this one, this one as well. Oof. Right, this one, let me just use the pen. Here, support, and the resistance, this is acting as the selling. Resistance, this is support. But how we going to identify that is the key support and resistance, that is a different thing, right? Because this, okay, this you can call, this is your swing high. This one could say this is swing high resistance level. This is your swing low support. But not every swing high and swing low that gonna work out. So what you need to look out for, basically, you look for the price that multiple touches. For example, I will go on the higher time frame. Okay, basically here, I'll just stop right here. Okay, basically on your left there is nothing in H4. What about in D1? There's nothing. Monthly and weekly, there's nothing on your left. So you don't know whether this is gonna be your key resistance level or not. Okay, what you need to do, you can just say this is gonna be your swing high resistance level. I don't have the, okay, I just say, okay, this is my resistance level. Okay, maybe I will just identify, oh no, let me just use this one. But remember, if I were to identify, this is gonna be my, I will just highlight this one as my weak high. Okay, weak high. Okay, why? Because this only one swing. Okay, this only one touches. But if, okay, you see that on the left there is nothing. That's why, okay, now I'm going to use like Fibonacci. Let's say if price is like break above this, before this is our resistance level, right? We could call this is our like, you know, multiple swing high resistance level. Let's say price break above this level and you want to look for next resistance level. Remember that we I taught you guys how to use Fibonacci projection, Fibonacci retracement. Okay, I think that's gonna be 100%. Okay, then I will identify, let's say price keep rising, break above resistance level. The next resistance level that we are looking for maybe is like this zone. right? But I don't know why price is stopped here. That could be because this is psychological number, because it ending with slightly above 29.40. So this you can you know, identify your weak high. Okay, and look at here. Whenever price is break above your resistance level, one it break above, it become your pullback support level. So whenever price break above your swing high resistance level, you need to wait for price to pull back. So this is going to identify your pullback support level. This is your pullback support level. Okay, this one also, you also can call your multi-swing low support. This is multiple touches right here, like here, over here. I will just make somewhere here and here. Okay, this is your support area, multiple touches, and this one as well. Okay, resistance, and this is a support. Okay, so basically you look for like a lot of bounces over there multiple times. Okay, for the resistance ever as well, a lot of, when the price going, you have a lot of rejection, a lot of weak for the resistance, then that is, you could call that is strong resistance level. Okay, now okay, this is another one, so I just go for supply and demand. Okay, so for the supply and demand, that quite a different. Okay, so for the supply, actually that is an area, okay, that you will see that the seller enter into the market in a large number. That's why they create the imbalance. Okay, let me show you guys. Let me just finish the slide first. Okay, for the identify the supply zone, so basically you look for the area where price move down sharply, and you look for the candle that is a large and long. Okay, focus on origin of strong bearish move, and consider the split and the strength of the move. Okay, fresh zone are more powerful than tested ones. Okay, for the resistance, right, for this for the supply and resistance, we will wait for price, like you have multiple touches. For the supply and demand, we're going to play when it fresh zone. Okay, demand is where is the, like, you know, somewhere like the below. Okay, it's the same like supply. For the demand, you look for the last and big candle, which is the green one. Okay, I will show you guys later. It's gonna look like this. Let me just show you guys. Okay, because you only have 1 hour, so basically I just want to teach you guys how to look here. Yesterday, okay, yesterday, based on H4 time frame, if you identify the demand and supply, you're going to sell at this supply. This is gonna be your supply zone. Okay, this is gonna be your supply zone for gold last night. Why? I'll show you later. Right here, we will look for the bearish and gap. Okay, the very strong demand and supply, you need to look for the large and long candle. Okay, like, you know, this is considered, because demand and supply, we want to trade the same direction with the institution. Okay, so basically this is the one, this candle. That's why this is gonna be your supply zone. But and this zone, if you identify the key level, remember that last week I say that this is my resistance level. Different. Okay, this is resistance level. That's why you can see the price is falling. So if they're gonna, like, if price going back up again at 23.62, I'm not going to sell, because my resistance likely is going to break, because there is another supply zone up here, which is gonna you know, price haven't come, right? You can see it's still the fresh zone right here. So I was highlight, this is my supply zone. For the resistance, I really, like, you know, sell at this one, and I sell here for the resistance. Remember that there is also divergence here. Remember I shared you guys how to trade with divergence. So now I combine it with everything that I have taught you guys right here. Price falling, you look at the resistance level. Before this resistance level, you can see this is your support level, right? This level, you can see that the wick multiple touches, the wick bounce up and break below. Now it become your first time resistance. Price cannot, you know, close above because of the body is close below your resistance level. Come back up again, become your overlap resistance level. We sell here because there's divergence. This is our confirmation, okay? And then you sell. Selling, price falling all the way to where? To the support level. This is your support level, okay? Why? Look to your left. Before become the support level is your resistance, right? You can see this is your resistance level. Price break above, come back again. That is your overlap support. Rising now is go to our supply zone. Okay, this is our supply zone right here. So now whether we are going to sell at this supply zone or I mean, like, if you want to look for confirmation, because we identify like supply based on H4, and then you can see that the zone is a big zone. Between the zone is about almost 500 pip, right? So price entering, okay, about to enter the zone. What you need to do when you want to trade supply and demand, you go to the lower time frame, because we want to look for the confirmation, right? What do you see based on M15? What do you see here? You'll see a lot of rejection here, right? Meaning that there will be some people control the price somewhere around here, meaning that this is like, you know, either you call it resistance level, or there will be someone or somebody, okay, like, you know, doesn't want price to, you know, go above the 33.62, and then price is falling. Okay, so these are supply, right? That's why you sell here based on H4 time frame. Now what about the demand zone? Okay, this one I wouldn't identify this my demand, because the demand you need to look for the large and long candle. This is my support. Below the support level here I saw the demand. This is gonna be my demand zone. That's why your demand zone here, they will call your bullish order block or bullish OB, right? This one your supply, they're going to call bearish OB or bearish order block. Okay, basically what you need to do, you need to look for the, you know, one large candle, because you can see this is really strong buying pressure, right? This is a big buy in the market already. If there is no big buy in the market, what you're gonna see the candle, like, you know, really kind of like small like this, you know, really small. So basically these are retail trader, right? You can do it small. This is a H4 candle or time frame, right? You can see that one price push the way to the up here. This is resistance level. This is not the supply. This is a resistance level. The supply zone or demand, basically you need to look for this bearish and engulfing or bullish engulfing candle, and then you identify supply and demand. Okay, you guys have any question? Oops. Can you, is there something wrong here? Oh, okay, give me a while. They're asking me to re-log in again. Okay, just a second. Not sure why it's like that. Okay. Okay, so now I can see you guys. Okay, so this is supply and demand. Anybody have a question, right? Okay, again, right? So whenever I trade, I will trade both supply and demand. But when I trade, I will know that I always say that, let's say if we're gonna sell here, for example, we don't know, for example, we don't know that whether price is going to, like, you know, reverse at the resistance, or they're going to go all the way up to like supply zone right here. So you identify here, and then you need to wait. So but because in H4 time frame, you will see that we can sell, right? Because we already know just now. So show you guys there is the divergence, and they also have 78.6% fib level. This is our confirmation when we want to sell at the resistance level, right? You can see that. Okay, I'm going to show you, right? There's a divergence, okay, all the way down here. So over here, okay, whenever you see like the green candle, the green candle with the like kind of very small red and another green. So basically this one I call another rally based rally. So basically you can buy here. Basically if you sell here, this is also another like demand. To me, I also call like rally based rally. Okay, why? Think about the big boy in the market, like they try to put the price up, right? They cannot, you know, like buy here for like, let's say one candle. Maybe they cannot put like 100 billion order, for example, because that might, like, you know, cause the crash in the markets, right? So basically maybe they tend to buy let's just say, okay, maybe they just want to buy like let's just say 3 billion order they want to buy, right? So maybe here they key in 20, right? 200 first, sorry, 200 billion order first. I mean, the key in, and after they will see that there will be what is this? There will be a retail trader. They're going to sell at this level because they will identify this one at their resistance level for the retail trader. Okay, this one. That's why they key in 200 right here. Okay, now after they stop keying, right, and then you will see that the retail trader gonna sell somewhere around here at the resistance. That's why you can see there will be small kind of like, you know, the candle for the seller in the market, and then they try to, okay, they might kind of like attract all the, like, you know, retail trader like us to sell. Basically, because why? Look at this, you might think that there's a selling pressure here, there is a big selling candle, there is a bearish candle right here. So they were gonna think that price is going to all the way down to the support level. That's why you will see that, okay, people will just jump here to sell, like they maybe expected the price going to fall to this level, right? But whenever you say here, okay, another candle, they key another order right here, push the price up all the way up to where? To the resistance level, and then after that they're gonna sell. So basically if you see something like that, you will sell here. This could be your take TP1. From here you will see the price bounce off from this level, okay, and then will continue to go down to this level right here, right? You can see that, then all the way to the support. Now go back up to the supply. Okay, let me remove here. Okay, like this level I show you guys, right? Your highlight, this is gonna be your buy zone, and you can see that one price buying come to the demand, which is this candle. It's still flat zone, right? Okay, this is done. You can come here. This is gonna be your supply because there's a bullish engulf, right? You can see that. Then you can see this candle, the wick come to the box and rising. So whenever you identify, we're going to play when it's the fresh one, right? Fresh zone. You can see price falling and rising again, and rising again right here. Of course, there's gonna be people somewhere sell here, because it's not only us as the trader, we like you trade like support and resistance, right? There will be another some trader, they're gonna sell at this resistance level, right? Or you may think this is your chart pattern, kind of like M pattern, pull back to the neckline, and then you're gonna sell, okay? And then you target here for the support, which is right here. Whenever price come to the support level, you can see that is a rejection, meaning that either you are a seller, you sell here, you close your position, you see the rejection, or there will be the pending order at this support. That will be like you enter the at the market price, or you put like, you know, the buy limit at this level. That's why you can see the rejection. Seller close, the buyer in the market, and then push the price up, falling back up again and rising. Because why? Because we know that price is not going to all the way straight up, like, or not go straight out. That will be like up down up down. There's the nature of the graph, right? We already know that price falling, because that will be the little trader. We're going to sell here for the resistance level, and price break above, like all the way up to where? To the POI. This one you could call supply zone or your POI as well. You know, POI, it stands for point of interest. Okay, this one. Meaning that the big boy, they are waiting to sell here. Okay, fresh zone you sell. You see that if you were to sell somewhere around at 3390, and then you hold, current price about 350 pip, okay, all the way up to the like the lowest one is 400 pip for gold. Okay, you can see that. So this is how we trade. You guys have any question? No question at all? Okay, let me finish my slide. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the key differences between support, resistance, supply, and demand. So basically, support and resistance, like when you see, it's a horizontal line. So basically, just a one straight line, and then you call support or resistance. They are focusing on the price level, okay, historical touches, like multiple touches on the level, okay, or it could be like low psychological number, round numbers like ending with 0 or ending with 5, okay. And support and resistance, you can look at any time frame. Doesn't mean like in H4 you can look at H1, M15, M30, okay. Any time frame is you can use as well, okay. The strength is that they are looking for the number, like how, like the number like touches, okay. For the support, for the supply and demand, so they are based on institutional order flow, okay. And we're going to highlight the zone, okay, for the rectangle, the zone or the area. So that's why we call like you know, demand and supply zone or area, okay. We're going to focus on where big move originated. So basically, need to look for the big and large candle, okay. That's it. The strength is that fresh zone are most powerful. So basically, if you trade fresh zone and then you trade, okay, if the first time they come, and then after that you trade for second time, basically it likely they're going to break, okay. Time frame, so basically you can just look like, or any time frame, just look for, to me, I look for that like large and long candle, okay. The trading, so basically you just anticipate reaction within the zone. So whenever price comes to the zone, like the big zone for the support here, you just either you go to the lower time frame to wait for confirmation, or there is a rejection of the wick at the zone, okay. Any question? No question? No question. Yeah, it's quite straightforward, guys, because every time if we do that, if we used to do light trading, I always say like, you know, support and resistance or demand and supply, but I like combine both of them, okay. either if I trade resistance first, or I see like, you know, supply and demand, I just trade. Okay, anyway, now we could integrated trading strategy. So now if you want to trade with you know, support, resistance, or demand and supply, what we're going to do. So step one, you need to identify the major support and resistance level for market structures. Like you need to know whether now price on bearish or bullish move. Either you want to look for the H1 and H4, that is okay, but try to look on the higher time frame, and then we go down to the lower time frame to trade, follow the higher time frame. So basically, if you look in D1, for example, if you look in D1 time frame, I will go to another. Okay, this is sell zone, a break. I'll remove first. Okay, look for the D1 candle. What do you think? For D1 candle, I think the price is still bull from here. It's a bullish. Okay, to me it's a bullish, but because price could not go like above this high, they make a lower high. So basically, I know it's a bullish. Okay, but I'm gonna wait to buy based on the D1 candle, which is this might gonna be my demand somewhere around here. Why? You can do that. Yesterday, ending with bullish candle. Okay, so now I go to H4. I'm going to look for the, so if I sell in here, I'm gonna close somewhere here, and I'm going to open a buy position, because this level maybe is the, like, or maybe they go to like this resistance, not even the resistance. Don't know why they stop here. Could be the extension. Let's see. Extension right there. Let me find another projection. 61.8 projection, or 78.6, somewhere around there. Don't know why price stop here, because you can look on the left. Okay, if you to look here, okay, let's say I will identify my resistance level. Why? Because this is not supply, right? There is no supply for me here, so I will just say this is my first resistance level. I still buy for EU. So basically, I'm waiting for price to pull back to this. This is gonna be my first support. But you look at for the support level, below the support level, I know that it's gonna have another demand somewhere around here. I could say this is gonna be the demand zone, really based on this. So basically, I might highlight this is gonna be the zone. So you should combine. So basically, you wait for price to come to this level. Then you're gonna buy up. We're gonna target here for the first resistance level, because we have 78.6 projection, and then I have another extension 127. So basically, this is gonna be my like resistance zone or resistance area. So basically, I'm going to like, you know, price falling. Look here, right? Back here again. First, over here, okay, we're going to sell, right? We're going to sell, because if price come at the retail trader, we are focusing on chart pattern, those like confirmation. So basically, we already see that price is like, you know, M pattern. Okay, now they're gonna have the neckline here, right? We're going to sell. So I would identify this is my resistance level, and within the resistance level, I know that I have drop, base drop, meaning it's something like that, right? I try to explain like easy to understand, that, you know, like for example, like you're selling here or you're running. To me, basically, like you take a break, then after they continue to push the price down again. So basically, another this level, they're gonna have the like match order somewhere around here. Okay, like here. Okay, so basically what I want to do, so I highlight like that, right? I wait for price to go to this level, and then I'm gonna sell one time. Boom, right? You can see the one price going, you can see the rejection. Okay, slightly resistant level here. Okay, do you see why I did not identify this is my order block? Why I don't highlight like that and let's say order block here? Because this order block here or supply here, right? Because of these candles, you can see the wick is already go in the zone. Basically, the zone is not fresh anymore because you can go to the zone. You can see the rejection and then falling. So that's why I did not identify this my supply zone. Okay. Also, this supply zone is already using as well because of this candle, right? You can see that this is my supply. Price come to the zone, you can see and falling. Now I go back up again. I did not identify this zone, so basically I just use this my resistance. You can see the rejection. Now I could just say, okay, this is my price rising in this box again. I'm gonna sell. Okay, now sell one time here. Okay, and after that price rising and break all these supply. Why? If you want to sell again here, you will get stop out, right? Because this is not the fresh zone anymore because it's been used already. Okay, now from this level, from the resistance, now become your pullback support. So basically, like I just mentioned, being to break right to pull, we're gonna sell up and target here for the first resistance level. Okay, okay, Ajay asking how do we validate for resistance? How do we again, how do you validate for resistance level? Okay, basically for the resistance level, let's say if you now let's say if price break, before that we would identify this is our resistance level, right? If you just trade purely based on the support and resistance, okay, likely you will fail. Okay, let's say you just identify, okay, this, you said, okay, this is your resistance level, you're going to sell at this level, you might get stop out because of this candle. Okay, or you said, okay, this is the resistance level, right? And what do you see? First time touching, your price rejection and falling. Okay, back up again here. So this level, if you look really closely, resistance, this is the supply. Price already came, right, and falling. That's why if you to identify again here, you might get a stop out because this is not the zone that the investor or the seller they interested. They might look for kind of like the above or another fresh zone that I can see, which is this level. You see in between here, we're not going to identify this as resistance level. This is not my resistance level because there is nothing here. Price still like keep falling, but somewhere around like this level there might be like someone stop the price at this level. So you could say this your swing high resistance level. Okay, or we could combine this one. There might be then you might use the Fibonacci. You can see that is extension 127, but lovely price that stop at 138.20 and then falling. I don't know why. Okay, because I'm not behind the I'm not the person behind the market. Okay, so basically multiple touches here, likely price going to break. You also can combine with your indicator with RSI to identify the overbought and oversold as well, right here. Okay, let's say you want to sell here. Okay, from here I can sell. I can see the rejection, and then I can see that price also at above 70. You can sell, right? You can sell here, and let's see if price going back up again, even though price is not at 70, we're going to sell, but we sell because there is the neckline, right, at the resistance. Or like this is your chart pattern, right? Your chart pattern here, M pattern, go back up again, and then you sell. And you want to identify here, you're going to like rejection, you know, you see the rejection a little bit, and after that you can stop out to right here. Okay, like here. So basically, if I want to look for the key level now, right now, this is my first resistance. Okay, first resistance right here. What do you see here? Before price break below, you can see this is your support, right? You can see the rejection, the wick, and price broke below and a pullback up here again. So this is going to be your pullback resistance or overlap at this level for EURUSD. Okay, but now price is on D1, price on strong uptrend, right? So if you want to buy, you need to wait for price to fall or to go to your either support or demand. So basically, this is my key level I'm looking for. So you guys may say, okay, this is resistance level, right? Price break above, gonna be your pullback support. That's why you can see that the rejection and price rising. So that would be the buyer waiting to buy at this level, right? You can see the rejection push the price up, but this is not the level I'm looking for. That's why it's likely price is going to break and go to this level. Okay, go to this level for the support. This is gonna be support level. Okay, so basically the key differences is that you need to look for, okay, for the demand and supply, look for the large and long candle, which is, you can see that something like that, right? Here, let me show you another. Okay, this is the resistance. I will identify the resistance, price falling, support level. Okay, maybe I explain here for the support resistance first, right? This is the resistance. You can see the wick. Price break above, go to the resistance level. From the resistance now it becomes your pullback support. This is another support level. You can see the bounce off and rising again. Okay, here. And what do you see? Now we identify the supply here. Why? You look for the large and long candle. Okay, this one, right? Push the price up. They are create the supply right here. So when price go back up to the zone, you're going to sell. That's why you can see go to the zone, you see the rejection. So where you're going to place the stop loss, you place above this zone. Above this zone, right? You can see the price falling. Now, what you're going to do with GBP, the next key level that I'm looking for, some of you guys might identify this is your support. This is not the demand. Okay, this is not my demand, meaning that I'm not going to like buy at this level. Excuse me, for the support or some resistance, you might identify this your support level, but to me, price come from supply, which is H4, price make a lower high. So basically, I think the price is going to fall all the way to at least this level. This is gonna be my support level. I did not see the demand here. Why? Because there is no other block. Okay, but we will identify this as support level. Basically, support level, you can see the multiple touches, resistance, break above, pullback become your support. Okay, so you might price go all the way up here, falling, maybe here, maybe go back to respect the support, might rising, respect this one and falling. From here, might see the bounce and continue to go down. from the support now become your pullback resistance level. Okay. Okay, any one of you guys still doesn't know how to identify or look for the key support and resistance? Okay, maybe I go to the lower time frame. Okay, let's say you're a scalper, then you trade always based on M15. Okay, based on M15 here, I know that price is, can just say price come from the resistance level, right? Here resistance level, because price could not, close, push above this price 1.3557. Okay, you can see the multiple touches, so you would identify your resistance level right here. If you were to sell here, look on your left, this one is used to be your resistance level, so now it's gonna be your support. This is gonna be your support level. So basically, if you sell at 31355, this level, and this is gonna be your take profit, because from here you can see that first time you can see price bounce off from this level, because that will be the retail trader who buy at the support level. Okay, based on M15, there's a gap is about like 20 pips. Okay, but it's likely that price going to break below this one, because I saw there is a demand here. This is gonna be the demand zone. Oof. It's gonna be the demand zone here. Okay, and my demand zone here, I think that also align in line with extension, right? You see the extension. So basically, if you want to buy, you buy at this level. You buy here, then this one is gonna be your take profit, because from the support gonna be your become your resistance level. Okay, and again based on M15 resistance level, you can see a triple top, and then they make a lower high. Okay, they make either they break, either they break here or pull back or target here, or it's just all the way to this demand zone, and we have extension 161.8. okay, we're not going to buy this zone, okay, because this is not really a strong key support level. For the first time price come bounce up already, meaning that if they want to make the, from here they're going to ride, they shouldn't stop here and then falling. Okay, they should break above this period high, which is this high. Okay, basically they make a low high, so I think they likely they might break and then target here. Okay, any question? No question. Do you have any instrument you want me to show you? Okay, now we go back here to the slide again, and then they will say that, okay, step 2, look for the fresh supply and demand zone near those level, right? That's why if you see support and resistance, and then you see supply and demand near to those level, you know that is quite strong zone. Okay, and you can plan the entry within demand zone, below support, or supply zone above resistance level, or the, like close to each other. Okay, you can use a support and resistance level for profit target and overall trade management as well. Okay, the market psychology connection, okay, for both concepts reflect the same underlying market psychology. Okay, so basically, okay, support is where is a demand, okay, and the resistance is also supply. It's just that for the supply, they will look for like those are bearish engulfing, and then they identify at the bearish of the block. Okay, for the support, sometimes you don't see the multiple touches, but you see like bullish or the like bullish end gap, and then you can identify that is your demand zone, and then you can highlight that is bullish order block. Okay. Okay, another one. Okay, here the relationship, right, how they complement each other. So basically, rather than completing theory, right, so basically support and resistance and demand and supply are work together to provide a comprehensive view of market structures. Okay, when support and resistance align, okay, there is very strongest trading setup occur at the confluence. Okay, that's why I say if you see like that, if you're confident, so you can like increase your lot size. Okay, and you can have a tight stop loss. Okay, major support and resistance level plus fresh demand zone equal to high probability trade setup. Oh, this is for the long or buy. Okay, for the key support resistance plus supply zone strong short setup or sell. Okay, multiple time frame alignment increases success rate. So basically, what does that mean? Let's say if I were to identify on the higher time frame, for example, this is H4, I go to the D1. I go to H1. Okay, you can see that in H1 candle, this one also your supply zone. Okay, but price already went in the box, and this you could say this your resistance level in H4 or even like in H1. Sometimes in H4 you can't see the level, or you can't see the market structure, or you can't see the level or supply and demand. You can go to the lower time frame based here, based on H1. You can see that this is your resistance level, and above that, above here, there is the demand, right? Sorry, supply, but supply is that using already. So now this no more. I would say this have another supply zone, right here. So you see like that one price go in the zone, you can see they have very strong like trade setup. You may consider to sell. You can see that in H1 candle, price try to like push above first resistance or within the supply zone. They kind of like stop a rejection right there. So the buyer or someone control the market, try not to let the price go above this one and then falling. Okay, you will go to the M15. M15, if you want to wait for confirmation based on M15, you will see that is price action over here. You can see the rejection, a lot of rejection. Even though this one still closing above, that doesn't matter because still within our blue box is supply, right here, and then it's falling. We could target here for TP1, right? That's gonna be TP1 here for the support. I'm not going to talk about FVG. If you know how to trade, there is gonna be FVG or fair value gap here. Okay, but we're not going to trade because came rising. Okay, for scalper they might trade with FVG or fair value gap. Okay, now so you can using both approaches or support and resistance for overall market structures. You can use like supply and demand for precise entry and the exit timing. Okay, support and resistance for long-term bias. Supply and demand for the short-term tactical decision. Okay, for the supply and demand here, where is here? You want to see like that, this is gonna be my demand. Okay, and this one I will identify the support level multi swing low. So whenever price come to the zone, right, you need to wait for price come to the zone. Sometimes it might come to the support, or sometimes it might come to only like a demand right here. So you just highlight the zone and you wait for price to come in the zone. You see the rejection and then you buy. Okay, here. And from here, the demand is already worked, right? This is your demand here. And you can see that rejection and price rising for the demand zone. Rising, and then from here they also create another demand right here, because you can see that large and long candle, right? You can see this is a bullish candle all the way up here, meaning there's a buying, and then after that you can see that the market kind of like slow down. Okay, there are some of you guys might identify this your resistance level somewhere around here, right? The resistance level, and then break above. You can see that, you can see whenever you can see the rejection, right? And this candle, no one, I mean the buyer or the seller is not interested to sell at this level anymore. That's why you can see that buying, and they very small wick, meaning they really less seller in the market here. And after that, everybody just, you know, buy all the way up right there, or there might be a news as well. Okay, you can see that. So what you need to do now, this one is your supply. Okay, this is your supply. This is, I would say, this is my like resistance level, multi swing high resistance level. You can just highlight the zone, something like that. Okay, now okay, I have one last slide before I end, and then look for the trade setup together. Okay, the last key difference. Okay, again, another one, support resistance, tighter, horizontal, based on history prices. Supply and demand wider reason based on the imbalance. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We still have let's just say 5 minutes. Okay, you guys, some of you are looking for UJ. You can see that this one resistance price break below will become your resistance level. Okay, over here based on H4, right? You can see the imbalance. This is your demand. Okay, this is your demand zone here. Price come from your demand. This is gonna be your resistance level from demand. You can see the rejection, but this is not the level that I'm looking for. You can see that price still haven't had reached 50, so I think basically this is gonna be my first resistance level. Okay, this is my resistance level, or the up here. Demand here is already go right here, and price rising from this one because they also have the bullish divergence here. Okay, so this finished. So it's a supply here, and what you could see in the lower time frame. In the lower time frame, I see the divergence here within the right. Now price come to the zone, they create the bullish demand, closing with imbalance and bullish engulf. That's why price, this is the zone, price come and almost touching or in the bottom and then rising. So basically what you could see here, they break above this high to create a new high, right? So because in the lower time frame, if price want to continue to go bearish, they shouldn't break above the previous high, right? They should just make lower low, lower high. But because of this is our demand, price break above this high to create the market structure shape, right? So now we combine what we need to do. You need to wait for price come to where 50 and below you need to buy, right? 50 and below, or you can just say that discount. I have here premium discount, right? Whatever like below 50 you're gonna buy, right? So this gonna, that's why you wait for price to come to this zone here. You can see the price come to the zone then rising, because that is the confirmation market structure. You see the divergence as well. Price closing be bullish engulfing candle, and you could say this, you create the demand in H1 and rising. Okay, the rising here. So based on H1, this one might could be your take profit. This level will be extension 2. This one could be first resistance, second resistance. For H1 first resistance, we have extension 127.20, and second resistance we have extension 161.8. Okay, so basically anyone buy TP1 here and TP2 here, and here have a supply. Okay, so basically if you want to sell UJ here, or if you want to sell here, you see the rejection, you sell. If you want to sell at this one can you take profit. Price may likely break up here and continue and maybe go up or fall down, I'm not sure. Okay, but because why, this is the resistance. If price break above, this gonna be your pullback support. Likely may pull here and then continue to go to the extension, to go to the supply up there. Okay, okay, any pair, one more pair before I end the webinar, guys. Okay, gold. Okay, if you based on D1 buy, right? So basically I want to buy, but I want to wait for price to come to this support. This is my first support level. Okay, okay, this is my first support, resistance, right? Break above, pull back, you're gonna buy here. Okay, but it seems like price, this is our supply or bearish order block, right? Within the extension. This one we have 50% fit level, somewhere around there. Now, if you want to sell, you need to wait for price to pull back. The sell entry that I could find, if you want to sell at this level, resistance level. So if you want to sell price rising, if price rising here, you sell somewhere around here, like the zone. So basically I give you the zone. Okay, if the pullback, you gonna sell like around this level. Okay, if you want to buy, you buy at like 33.30 or somewhere around this level, your support. I'm not sure, gap might close today, or maybe they are waiting for this coming Friday for non-farm. All right, any question before I end the webinar? Okay, no more question, so that should be all for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining the webinars. I hope to see you guys again next Tuesday. Okay, Alright guys, happy trading. See you guys again next week. So if you want to sell, okay, wait for price to pull back somewhere around this zone and then you sell, because you can see the price already break below this level. Okay guys, bye for now, take care, good luck guys, bye bye.